back. My next guest will be performing tomorrow and Saturday at the Mohegan Sun Casino in Connecticut. Please welcome a very funny guy, Greg Giraldo.
Hello, everybody. New York City, huh? That's right. That's where we are. You knew that, right? New York City. People always say it's the greatest city in the world. It's the greatest city on earth, the greatest city. You know, and how can you really say that? You can't say something's the greatest of anything. You can't say it's the greatest city unless you've been to every other city, right? What do you know? Maybe there's a city somewhere in Indonesia where there's like 30 people and 28 of them are hot chicks that'll bang you for a nickel. You know what I mean? And the other 2 are dudes that give you nickels. That's a pretty cool city to live in, I would think. I might want to swing by there. I'm getting old. It's happening fast. I didn't even realize I was old until I walked into an Abercrombie & Fitch, and they looked at me like I was walking through a playground with my pants around my ankles. If you're over 35 years old, don't go anywhere near an Abercrombie & Fitch, because it's a sad, depressing place. And, of course, if you have, like, over 34-inch waist, they stack them up high. Like, 36-inch waist, they keep way up high in the corner, so you have to ask, like, the little shirtless boy whores who work there to come over, you know, to quit chatting about beach volleyball long enough to, can you help me climb? I'm old. It just happened so fast. I don't even know how it happened. I fell down some stairs in front of people recently, and they didn't even laugh. I swear to God, their first reaction was concern. Like, oh, Lord, will he be all right? Getting old stinks, I'll tell you that. But I still watch some hip-hop stuff. I love watching hip-hop. I like watching hip-hop videos because bitches are great. Bitches are so much better than regular women. Bitches are way better than wives or girlfriends. Man, if I had it all to do over again, I'd never get married. I would just have a bunch of bitches. Because bitches are always in a good mood. They just dance around their thongs and their high heel shoes. You get to smoke bongs and play the Xbox with your buddies. They never complain. They never tell you to take your feet off the couch. Or, you know, we got to go see my mother. Bitches don't even have mothers. I don't know where they make these girls. They make them in some genetics lab where they create that ass shake move that only bitches can do. Regular people can't do that. Look, if you have like a wife or a girlfriend, she might help you wash the car, but she's not gonna soap herself down in suds and press her breasts all over the windshield. But bitches will. That's how bitches wash things. They can't help it. And then if they get in a bad mood, all you gotta do is turn the music up and they just dance more. It's like a magic power. But I'm not, well, yes. Oh, well. Those bitches are cool, but I saw a wild story not long ago. That guy, Brian Nichols, he was this guy down in Atlanta. He was on trial for rape, but instead of going to trial, he stole a gun from a court officer. He murdered a bunch of people, pistol whipped some of them. Then he held this pretty young lady hostage in her apartment for like 7 hours. She made him breakfast, and he let her go. Now, I don't want to sound sexist, ladies, but there is a lesson there. All right? That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. It might not kill you girls to learn your way around the kitchen. You know what I mean? I'm saying a nice fluffy stack of flapjacks turned this murdering rapist into John Mayer, for sake. Would it kill you? Would it kill you to whip up a nice omelet every once in a while? Now, I hope that wasn't too tongue-in-cheek, because it's important to relate directly to an audience, right? As a performer, you're supposed to form a bond and find some common ground. So, like, you know when you're snorting crystal meth off a Switchblade and after-hours bar, and you think, man, I'm going to be late for work, then you realize it's noon and you were fired 3 weeks ago? Doesn't that stink? I had to quit drinking and all that stuff. I did develop a bit of a problem, and I had to stop. There's a lot of time you find out, there's little wake-up calls. You know, like I was not allowed to get on a plane because I was too drunk. Do you know how wasted you have to be? Do you know how depressing that is for a gate agent to say, sir, you're too drunk to sit in a seat? Why don't you come back when you feel like you could sit up like a big boy? Well, thank God the war in Iraq's over. Thank God for that, because I was getting tired of hearing about that. I'll tell you the truth. Thank God it's over so we can focus on things that matter, like steroids and, Paul Abdul and... Steroids in baseball. Congress held hearings to get to the bottom of the steroids in baseball issue. We're in the middle of a war, and Congress had nothing better to do than to make sure Jason Jombie's balls weren't shrinking. Does anyone care about steroids in baseball? It costs hundreds of dollars to go to a game. I couldn't care if those guys grow tails and giant bobbleheads. I don't care. Just be entertaining. Now they want to take, the records away. They don't want to let what's his face? I'm forgetting. Into the Hall of Fame, right? They don't want to let these guys in the Hall of Fame because they used illegal substances. You know what? That's ridiculous. You know what's also an illegal substance? Crack. Crack cocaine is illegal, but no one's taking gold records away from Whitney Houston. They seem happy with that. And a lot of people say, well, crack is not a performance-enhancing drug. Oh, really? You should try it. You'd be surprised. You wouldn't believe how much you can get done when you don't have to stop to eat or sleep or shower or talk to your family. Now, this Lance Armstrong, he's all over the news because apparently he's going to win the Tour de France again or whatever. We'll have to hear about how he won the Tour de France after the cancer. Now, I don't mean to be insensitive, but I'm getting a little tired of hearing about how he won the Tour de France after the testicular cancer because it seems to me that when it comes to riding a bike, the fewer balls, the better. I mean, if he had 3 testicles, if he had 3 of them, you'd be like, wow, how the hell's he pulling that off? You know what I mean? Thank you very much, everybody. Thanks a lot. Thank you. To get rid of this thing.
This was good?
Oh, this is great. Well,
thank you for that.
Feel-good moment.
Thank you for that wonderful family entertainment.
Yeah,
we're going to get the word out. Kids are going to watch.
Kids need to watch. You should keep your kids up till 1:30 in the morning.
I think so. Yeah, it's good for them. Now, first of all, always very funny stuff. But you let me in on something here that I didn't know about your personal life. You quit drinking. I didn't know that.
Yes, I was a real addict, buddy.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad we had that personal moment.
No, yeah, you couldn't tell, but it did. But then the problem is I got off, and then I had to start going to all these psychiatrists and figuring out all these things that are wrong with me. And it turns out I have a lot of like ADD and all this kind of stuff, which is a drag, you know. But so they put me on this ADD stuff, which they say will help the ADD, but it will likely lead to impotence. That there's a good chance that I'll be impotent, which is great because I won't have any ADD, but I'll really be able to focus on my limp penis. You know what I mean? I'll just be able to stare at it for hours. Look at it. I'm not distracted. You know what I mean? When you have the ADD,
good.
That was a strange ovation for my limp penis. People are very happy that I won't be having any more intercourse. They seem very pleased. They seem very pleased by that. Oh, well, good, it's limp penis, and I'll be staring at it.
Yeah,
you know?
no, it's the best of both worlds.
It's the best of both worlds. I won't be distracted by, like, the hooker rolling her eyes and tapping on her watch. I'll just be like, look, I can't even move my focus away. And then, of course, everywhere you look, people are like, well, what about all these Viagra drugs and all that kind of stuff? You know, you can't get away from it. Even you watch the Mets game, and right behind home plate, there's like a Viagra ad that pops up. Viagra ad right behind home plate, and there's kids at the game. Right. What are you going to tell them if the kid's like, hey, Daddy, what's that? Well, son, that's a pill that Daddy takes because Mommy's getting old. I agree. It seems like
take a little water break right there.
I will, too.
There we go. Let's all take a little break. Tony, you have that little drink there? That's good.
Thank you. Thanks, Conan. Thank you.
How's your penis, Tony?
Tony's drifting down the couch.
Excuse me 1 second.
Yeah, he's going to be over here. Now, this is nice. You're performing tomorrow and Saturday at the Mohegan Sun Casino in Connecticut.
Yeah, it should be pretty exciting. It's my little way of paying back for what we did back in the day.
Yeah, very nice. Very nice, Greg. Always very funny stuff. Greg Giraldo, we'll be right back with Fight. Stick around. Everybody, we're back.